evening, you lot. Welcome to Tuesday Night Live. I've given up on this, to be perfectly honest. I sodded off from Mustard's thing about, about an hour ago. So I've got no idea how how long he's been finished. I just kind of did other things, and I was planning to just carry on doing other things. But there we are, and here we all are. So I haven't even thought about what I'm going to witter on about tonight. Not a clue. So I'm going to throw it over to you guys. You can decide what we do tonight. You can ask each other questions, talk amongst yourselves, ask me a question, come up with interesting... Do what you like. Do absolutely what you like. And I will just sit here and drink wine at you and burp at you and think slightly improper thoughts. I've been doing a bit of that today. It's just been one of those days where for one reason or another you think slightly improper thoughts. Or are they improper? There's another question. And speaking of questions, will that spammer, alleged spammer, who appeared out of nowhere like Mr. Ben without the 747 on Mustard Stream, will she pop up here? I hope she does. I checked out her channel. Right, let's see what you're all talking about. Hi Jimmy, hi Trace. Oh, somebody's been supporting Trace's channel, and that's very nice. She said, well, I'll read out what she said, why not? Hi Jimmy Gwyn. There we are. Tricky chaps' words, aren't they? Hi Jimmy Quinn. Thank you for your support on my channel. It's much appreciated. I thought of starting my own YouTube channel during my second prison term. And when I came out, I started doing, hang on, let me read what she said. Oh, I started doing some live streams with Steve, and then got the idea to do my own channel, and I really appreciate your help. So that's very nice. That Tracy's channel is, of course, one of our community channels, and we are very glad to support it. I believe the name has changed to make it easier to find. So, but what you should do, quite frankly, it's curry for supper tonight, by the way. I insisted that we had staff curry tonight, and I went and bought a chicken. Because I just fancied it. There we are. What you must do is go to the Facebook group, Boaty's World. Find it on Facebook. Just search the internet for Facebook, find Facebook, and when you're on Facebook, search for Boaty's World. You'll find a page and a group. Like the page, join the group, and then look at the featured pinned thingamybobs at the top of the group, and you will find a list of the community channels. Then you should look at them and like their videos and subscribe to them and support them in any way that you possibly can. And if you have a channel, add your channel to that posty thing on their Facebook WhatsApp. And if you haven't got a channel, then start one if you want to. And if you don't want to, don't. There we are. Splendid. Oh, GPS OMG. I'm too tired to do the OMG, but you're late, you lanky streak of piss. That's the robust spirit of posting we like here. Good evening, Daredevil. How are you? I'm all right, mate. I'm all right. It's not been the worst day, to be fair. I've been productive in a really unproductive sort of way. I've done some things that are very meaningful to me, but are not meaningful in terms of the universe. Do you know what I mean? Stuff like that. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Do you? Do you know what I mean? I'll give you an example. I suddenly realised that one of the reasons that my life doesn't feel entirely complete is because I don't have microfiber cloths in each car on the fleet. And not only that, but I hadn't considered how the microfiber cloth could be differentiated to fit and suit the particular car, because all of my cars are the same colour. They're all silver, which is obviously the best colour. Decent chaps have cars that are coloured silver or grey. Any other colour is, quite frankly, vulgar. So naturally all of my cars are silver, and all of the interiors are pretty much blick, or black if you prefer, Bible, Bibli, it's up to you. You know, you have to, well, to some extent you have to be responsible and make your own choices. And also, I, as the host of whatever the fuck this is, have to give you the room and the respect of you making your own choices. And I try to do that without being distracted by the hat, which is just there. You can't see it, I can. I'll show it to you. I threw it over you a couple of nights ago. Do you remember? That was a magic moment, wasn't it? This hat, it's always in vision. And it is an absolutely bloody splendid hat. Look at that green corduroy interior. That's fabulous. But anyway, you were talking about the cars, weren't you? You asked me the question about the microfiber class, and, you know, it's my duty to answer. So you might think that every car should have a microfiber cloth like this, a black one to match the interior. And you would have, in my opinion, a reasonably valid point. But, you know, vive la différence. You know, where's the individual flair? Where's the individual commitment to each individual car? I've got no idea why I'm doing this, but it feels good. So, I put my thinking cap on, ish. Well, actually, to be completely honest with you, because we don't lie to each other, did we? I went upstairs and had a poo. But what I realised was this. Now, for example, Stigbert, who, as I'm sure all of you know, but if you don't know, he's my MG ZT 190 Plus. Now, he is silver with a black interior, but the interior is accented blue. It has blue panels on the seat. The stereo onboard gramophone display is kind of bluish, and he has a blue tint to his LED interior lighting. So, and I'd already picked up on this because the leads in the car, I tried to keep leads in the car for iPhone and whatever else. Still in some of the cars, I still have Android leads. I've never owned an Android phone, but my girlfriends have. And I like to cater to my girlfriends and partners. So whatever I have for myself, I always duplicate for them. So, you know, if I carry something in the car for me as like an emergency item, whether it's a phone charger or an emergency bit of food or a packet of cigarettes, then I will always duplicate it for them. I do the same in the house as well. But anyway, the point is that all of Stigbert's leads are blue. And I like to have a Parker pen in each of the cars as well. And the Parker pen in Stigbert is blue. So I don't know why I hadn't thought of carrying on the theme with the microfiber cloths. And I do have 2 blue microfiber cloths, which hark back to Harry, I think, the C-Max, which was a splendid hue, shade of blue, a splendid hue, a shade of blue, a splendid hue, a shade of blue. So I have deployed these microfiber cloths, a matching pair, his and hers. So, you know, again, all encompassing, inclusive. And I've deployed them to the car because I took Stigbit to work tonight to put some fuel in him. He's doing jolly well on fuel. Now, after I fueled him tonight, I got him up to half a tank. But then on the way home, it suddenly occurred to me that according to my dashboard display, it was 8 degrees. And instead of coming home the boring way, then I think for the first time this winter, or this year anyway, I came home the proper way, the nice way, over the tops, or a variation of over the tops, to go down a particularly nice road that I loved. And I got that fantastic sense of romance of driving a big, powerful car at night on completely empty roads, not seeing another car, with your headlights on, your front fogs on, your full beam on. And I just got a little bit carried away. I had a splendid CD on the gramophone, and I absolutely kicked his fucking head in. I really thraped him, and I scared myself a couple of times. God above, I got intoxicated by the noise and the acceleration on one particular road, and hit a slight bump which was followed by quite an acute bend. And I won't tell you what speed I was doing because you'll report me to the police, but I was redlining in 4th gear. And if you've ever owned or driven an MG ZT 190, you can probably, well, you'll probably know what speed I was doing redlining it in 4th. And I hit this bloody bump and took off, and I thought, oh, hello. There's a slight possibility that I might be going a tad too quickly here. And then the bend immediately followed by the thought, and there is quite a sharp bend immediately after this bump. I remember it well. And that was kind of followed by the thought was, I wonder if this is the point where I'm actually going to die. But of course I didn't. I didn't die, my loves, and that's why I'm able to appear here with and in some sense for you, because I got round that bend perfectly well, and I saw a car in the distance that had joined that road from I've frozen my wine, that had joined from oh, hello, what's going on there? Oh, right, okay. And I thought I'll set myself the task of catching that car. And I jolly well did. And it was all hugely enjoyable. But the point is, I've deployed the microfiber class, but I haven't deployed them properly because I couldn't be asked. I've basically just left them in the car. And tomorrow, I will fold them properly and jointly. Well, not jointly. I will fold both of them individually in exactly the same way. So they end up in exactly the same shape with exactly the same dimensions. And I'm going to store them, I've decided, in the storage compartment in the rear armrest. So it just seemed the most appropriate place. And then following that through, I'm going to acquire a red microfiber cloth for Brian, because he has got a red theme with his silver and black. Why has he got a red theme? Oh yeah, because the gramophone is kind of reddish, and I've fitted him with a cigarette lighter-y power battery tester, Bluetooth hands-free FM transmitter-y thing, and that's all red. So he's got red. Oh, and I haven't told you about this, have I? Or did I? Can't remember. But I fitted him with a really snazzy little, I don't know what it, well, I do. But what it actually is in terms of me is an iPod holder. And the iPod connectivity cable that connects to Brian's gramophone, that's red. So there's a whole red thing going on there. And I will get a red Parker pen for him. I normally go for the Jotter, you know, not too expensive, but still that little whiff of decentness, you know, decentness. I do like a bit of decentness, and I wouldn't want to sink lower than a Parker pen. That's just for the cars. I mean, my indoor pens are much nicer. I've got some beautiful Schaeffers that I've had for years and years and years, and they're stunning, properly wieldy things. And following on the theme, Wet Leg has in fact got a green theme, which I'm going to develop because her interior, if you noticed, it's only I'm going into briefs, and I don't know why I said about that, I'm going into briefs. But the seats are piped in green. So a green theme needs to develop for Wet Leg. And then I'll work the others out. One of them will have to be black. Shison might have to be black because Shison has no other colour going on, unless you count all of the orange ambient lighting, of which there's a lot, particularly the gramophone. So I suppose a kind of burnt orange might go there. I think the black one is probably best for H.J. And we have done some work on H.J, did I tell you? We've properly assessed H.J for MOT, and we expect MOT to happen quite imminently, and H.J will go back into daily use, and I'm very much looking forward to that, because my OCD is all upset by my parking arrangements, because the number of cars I have here is wrong. And if H.J comes back and lives in pole position directly outside the front door of the cottage, that means that further down the road by the village hall, I could have the pair of 75 and ZT, and then the pair of 25s, Brian and Shison, with H.J pole position there, and with Wet Leg tucked into the back garden, and that would just be perfect then until I get another one. Right, let's look at what you people are saying. I'm Je pense que c'est peut-être intéressant pour moi pour faire cette chose absolument en français, ou peut-être italiano, vediamo quanto bello, ci vuole tanto sentimento, or perhaps not. Now then, where did I get to? Oh, that's where I got to. Oh, Liz is here, or was here, because she's been commenting on YouTube. So she may or may not be here. She's kind of a Schrodinger's Liz at the moment. While we're all waiting, says Liz, why not hit that like button? Well, why not indeed? But only one of you has, according to my doings. One like. Well, that's better than none at all. I'm not late, Jimmy. I'm not late. I didn't know what time I was supposed to start. And I started watching Mustards, and then I got absolutely bored and went away and did something else instead. And I assumed he was just going to keep going forever. So I kind of gave up on tonight. And then something popped up on Facebook. But there we are. Dramatic intro music, it was indeed. Chaz Brown, hello. Oh, hello. Miss _Hubnutter2 says, I disapprove of this foolish behaviour, but who am I to talk? She follows up. I spent 45 minutes earlier this evening fondling my own buttocks. Okay, well, thanks for sharing that, Miss Hubnutter2, with the _. And don't worry, you can share anything here. We are a fully inclusive and understanding community, and we do not judge. We absolutely do not judge. Do we? Do we? They'll tell you. And if you enjoyed spending 45 minutes, I mean, it does seem a bit long. I don't disapprove of people fondling their own buttocks, as Miss _Hubnutter2 did for 45 minutes. But is 45 minutes a little bit too long? I mean, I suppose it's each to their own, isn't it? But, I mean, if you gave me the best set of buttocks in the world, You know, I'm not sure whether I would spend 45 minutes exploring them. You know, you'd spend a while and then you'd want to move on to other things. I mean, it'd be like an amazing starter, wouldn't it? Or an amazing hors d'oeuvre or an amazing amuse-bouche. I mean, you'd love it. You'd bloody lose yourself in it, but you wouldn't want to stay there for 45 minutes. You'd want to move on to the next bit, I would have thought. I can't imagine fondling my own buttocks for more than about 2 or 3 minutes max. And somebody else's buttocks, I mean, if they were really first class, then, you know, 10 minutes while you were doing other bits and pieces at the same time, you know, multitasking, tweaking a nipple, reading a book, planning, grouting the tiles in your bathroom. But anyway, the point is, it's not for us to say, Miss _Hubnutter2 spent 45 minutes fondling her own buttocks and let us know about it. And we should be grateful for that information. David Fisher is amongst us and says hi all, and we say hi to you. Matt is coming in with a joke that's gone somewhat awry due to some keyboard element. Sometimes, says Matt, who is of course known and loved in this community as _ Oh. Sometimes I wonder what's the point. Then I remember it's a stabby end of sharp object. See, I got it right first time, Matt. That's professionalism for you, matey. Oh, Sarah Parsons is here. How lovely. Sarah is absolutely delightful and delicious in virtually every sense, and is kind enough to ask how I am. And I'm great, my lovely, and I hope that you are too. When is the plan to get legs fixed? Oh, when is the plan to get wet legs fixed? Good question. Now, I put money on one side to get it fixed and spent it on something else through necessity. So as soon as I've got the money, I mean, you know, she's working. There's no problem there. She can be fully enjoyed. She's just a little bit. First one of the live stream, followed by a hiccup. Dear me. Yeah, she's just a little bit aesthetically blighted. So that's going to be, we need to get, whenever I've got a bit of spare money, basically, I'm kind of up against it at the moment. The gas is still gobbling up a large amount of available funds. There's, oh God, everything costs bloody money, doesn't it? And there just doesn't seem to be any spare at the moment. So, oh, let's say, well, let's put a time frame on it. You asked, I'll answer. April. I'm planning to do it in April at the latest. There you go. Chaz Brown, hello, David, and yeah, Sarah, we've done that. You were, no, I wasn't, Jimmy Quinn. I tend not to do that, to be honest. Yeah, don't really do it, Jimmy. No, you know, that's what ladies are for, innit? No offence to them. Why the hell do people feel really happy to down like shorts? Whenever I put any up, they get downvoted more than liked. And I know they won't always be liked by everyone, but WUT. What? Well, Trace, I can't really answer that except to say that I hate and detest shorts with every fibre of my being. I've experimented with them. My shorts were incredibly successful, and I do mean incredibly successful. They brought me tens of thousands of views. They brought me subscribers, and I've stopped doing them because I absolutely hate them. I think they're shit, And I think any channel that does them, I think it makes the channel look shit. I deleted them, all of my shorts, off my channel. Even though they are monetized now, and I am monetized, I've got no plans to put any back up, even though I know that if I put the same shorts back up that I deleted, I know that I would earn good money off them. I'm not going to do it because I hate them. I think they're shit. I think they're largely worthless, and I think they make the channel look utterly, utterly unprofessional and unappealing. So that's just my personal opinion. I've got no idea. I can't think why other people don't like them. Right, okay. How dare I? How dare I what? And yes, I am a naughty boy. Somebody spanked me. I had a family feast, says Jimmy Quinn. 10 pieces of chicken. God above. 10 pieces of chicken with chips. And you ate all of that yourself, Jimmy Quinn. Good Lord. Proper granddad's hat. No, it's not a granddad's hat. Don't be ageist. It's an everybody hat. I bought that hat when I was about 34. Young, sprightly, vigorous and thrusty. And it was as suitable then as it is now. Now that I am an age where if I wasn't divorced, I would be a granddad or a step-granddad or whatever you call that. Anyway, there we are. Right, what? Hidden comment, let's watch some filth, shall we? Maybe that's why you're single, says GPS. Whatever you've got, you duplicate to your partner, so you give her a dirty snot rag that you have used. Well, no, you don't really get this, do you, GPS? So, if I have an emergency packet of tissues in the car, then I would have two, one for her. And if I carried my handkerchief for use and my other handkerchief, which, because of course every decent person knows that it's one for blow, one for show, tucked properly into the top pocket. But I would also carry a spare handkerchief for my other half. That's not the reason that I'm single. And I'm not sure anybody would be remotely interested in why I'm... Well, you all know why I'm bloody single, don't you? I was traumatised after Chinese Madam. Bernard keeps pretending that I haven't actually proposed to her. And I'm just enjoying myself at the moment, and I'm really, really, really busy. I'm managing not to be caught. So there you are. I'm not single because of my OCD tendencies to look after my partner. Well, maybe I don't bloody know. Does it matter? A church for all religions to go and worship could be named Open Faith. Get it? Open Faith. You should be on Blackpool Pier, Matt. You really should. Did you... oh, Christ, no, I didn't, Jimmy. I completely forgot about it. I do apologise. Oh, I see where we're going with this, Miss _Hubnutter2. I will, Jimmy. I promise you I will tomorrow. And I do want to come... If it's a picture of your 126, where do you live, Jimmy? Because I really want to come and drive that. And I will look at the picture. I apologised last night. If you send me a message or an email or a text or a carrier pigeon or a picture of your breasts, then don't be offended if I don't respond for a month or 6. I'm just really crap with that stuff. Speeding on the public road, disgraceful behaviour. I shall tell Ian. You tell him. I'm not frightened of your other half, Miss Hubnutter. And he's been guilty of a bit of hoonery. You tell him. I live in no fear of Mr. Hubnut. Actually, that's an interesting point. If Mr. Hubnut got angry with me, would I be intimidated? I think I probably would. I think I probably would. There's a thing in me that, I mean, if it's a fight, then that's all right. But if it's somebody telling you off or being disappointed, well, inside I still feel like a child. And if somebody like Hubner told me off, I would be really intimidated and cowed, because, you know, I'm a child and he's a proper grown-up. So, yeah, I would, but I'll hold my hands up. I would be intimidated with Hubner. If he wanted to arm wrestle me, or he wanted to box me, if he wanted to do 4 2-minute rounds in the boxing ring, I'd be all right with that. That wouldn't faze me. But if he was annoyed with me and gave me a ticking off, I would be terribly timid and intimidated, and I would cower. I mean, he's got a beard. I'm automatically impressed by anybody who can grow a beard, because I can't. And I'm wondering, how long is it going to be before puberty properly kicks in? I'm fucking nearly 70, for Christ's sake. Right, let's crack on with these comments, because it's all about you tonight. It's not about me. That's why I haven't said anything. That's why I've not talked about any of my own issues or anything. I'm just concentrating on you. Project MGTF did a live stream tonight. He was good. Did he indeed? And was he indeed? Oh, right, jolly good. Everybody's doing them now, aren't they? Yeah. But, well, that's great. Christ almighty, so on the Tuesday night, there's 3 live streams within the same community. I'm going to have to stop doing mine, aren't I? It's, everybody's jumping on the bandwagon, and there's going to be too many. And I like to be different. So if you're all going to start doing live streams, then I'm going to stop doing them. And I'm going to start doing something else instead, because I like to be a bit different and out there. And if you're all doing the same as me, then I'm not being me anymore. So I will think of something else to do. Oh, right, Matt had a bit of fun in Streetwise. Matt's on form tonight. Lovely monochrome MGZS 180 for 2,700 quid on eBay. Oh, Liz is still here, jolly good. Yeah, that's right. We are a fully inclusive and understanding community who do not judge. Oh, you like the sexy underscore pronunciation, do you? And you welcome my maiden verb and cousin Hiccup. Underscore. Oh, I've got a treat for you, Trace. You're going to love this. I've had an idea for a video, and it's a video that occurred to me on the lavatory, and it's one of my best ideas, because even though, believe it or not, I can actually be creative and come up with some interesting ideas of my own, but I'm a big fan of cheating, and it's much easier to just use somebody else's hard work, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I was given a splendid book for my birthday by one of you lovely people, and I've told you it's been my lavatory book. I've read every word, I've enjoyed it, I've noted various areas where it could be improved if I'd done it. I'm such an arrogant fucking arsehole. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn that book into a series of videos. They're probably already on YouTube, or the information is probably on there. But I'm going to do it because, you know, I might earn some money from it, and it'll save me thinking of something of my own. So, and I'm going to start with one of my favourite cars, the Rover P5. So I'm going to do a video where I read you this history that somebody else has written, but it won't be his own work. He's just picked up bits from everybody else, whoever he is. I'm sure he's a splendid chap. I'm sure he's the kind of chap who remembers his wife's birthday, or husband's, if he's that way inclined. I don't know, you don't know. and we do not judge here. But yeah, so I'm going to read this history, so it's there, immortalised on YouTube. But I'm going to read it in this. I'm going to read it as if it was a pornographic novel, for no other reason than I just find that idea really amusing. So it's going to be proper, and there will be proper pictures accompanying it, and it will be, you know, properly put together and everything. It's just going to be. I'm just going to read it in a weird voice. Following this. So, Rover decided to introduce a P5 model. Oh. That's got my juice. Oh dear. In other news, pancakes for supper, says Liz. What do you all like on pancakes? And Sarah jumped straight in and said, I like lemon, sugar and syrup. And she was very forceful about it. I'm not sure why. God almighty, Matt, you're unstoppable tonight, aren't you? Get your paddle out, says Lurpak A380. Interesting profile picture you've got there, Lurpak A380. I meant to nick that and put it through Tin Eye and see if I could find out who that profile picture is of. And then I did something else instead. But I'll do that one of these days. I don't know why, but I was looking at your channel and I suddenly spotted your profile pic. And I thought, well, where's that from? Oh dear. But yeah, spanking time. Yeah, yes, I hate shorts. Hate how they look. Only using to promo the longer content. Really feeling like getting rid though. Probably will once I've tested them all online for clout. Right, so you hate shorts, but you're going to continue putting them up. Okay. I like your hat, says Jimmy Quinn, and that is because you are a man of taste. KKC is with us and says, evening, boats thought you were dead. The news of my death is greatly exaggerated. Still here at the moment, you know, whether I'll make it through till morning, I don't know. I'm just hoping to get to the end of the bottle of wine and inhale my curry. I've got a great curry tonight, a really great curry, and I'm very excited about that. And to prove it, I will now, live, using my left, I was going to say dominant hand, but it's not. I don't know which is my dominant hand, because I do half of the stuff with my left and half of the stuff with my right. But I'm going to clutch my tinkle, and I'm going to do it with my left. There. And that was the excitement caused by my upcoming curry. A hidden comment. Wonderful. Oh, Jimmy Quinn likes Tracy's shorts. That's nice. Oh, God, now they're doing all twos onto ones, gangy up ears, and there's a pair of them wanting to spank me. Well, you can have a buttock each, can't you? There's plenty to go round, ladies. Oh, bloody hell. Jimmy Quinn is in... Oh, right, you're there. Oh, well, that... That'll be a nice road trip, Jimmy. I'll really enjoy that. Sorry, Miss _Hub 2. That's a spicy meatball, that is. Yeah, that's a bit cheeky of me, taking full advantage of the YouTube fair usage policy. Poor Ian, who, although he's responded to a couple of comments and stuff, you know, Ian, he's got no idea who I am. unless he remembers me from when I had the classic car dealership and auctions, and he was a young up-and-coming journo. He might know me from then, but in YouTube current terms, the poor sod hasn't got a clue who I am. And I would be incredibly surprised if he's ever watched a single second of any single one of my videos. And yet, he has appeared in many, because I thought it would be amusing to nick the bit of him in his MGZT190 review video that he uses as a teaser on the intro. That's a spicy meatball, that is. And I just thought it'd be amusing to nick that and throw it into my video wherever I've got a piece of food, and then and then berate him using the most foul language for getting the item of food wrong. And I'm amazed I even have complaints, because I really pushed it in a vid from ages ago last year, one of the early lunch bits, where Mustard and I got one of our first kebabs, and Ian suddenly jumps in and that's a spicy meatball, that is. And I properly lost my rag with him on the video. It's a fucking kebab now, fuck off back to your own channel. Oh dear. I missed Project MGTF stream and it's not up there for reviewing. Oh well, that's our loss, no doubt. No one does you like you, Boaty. I'm not sure if that's a compliment or or a critique, but yeah, I'll take it. Matt missed everyone else's stream tonight, just cause Mustard said he said goodbye. God almighty, it's going to end up, there's going to be about 40 live streams of people that we know on any given evening, isn't there? I'll outdo you all, you buggers. I'll go on last. I don't care if I have to stay up until 3:30. I'll come on last and I'll be all drunk and shouty and inappropriate. Oh dear. Boaty after Mustard is expected. Yeah, Mustard my warm-up man. Naked stream, that would be different. Oh, don't. Don't tempt me. Oh dear. I don't know if you saw, Boaty says KKC, a V8 75 at Thursday's MPC auction. Looks a car, but at a very high guide price. No, hadn't seen that. I've got no idea what MPC auction is, but I was thinking when I was driving home tonight, I was wondering whether I would like a ZT260. If all goes well over the next 6 or 12 months, and you know, I keep improving the fleet or adding a little one here and there, at some point, would I like to swap 3 or 4 of the cars into a 260? And I'm not sure if I would. You know, I do sometimes daydream about how if things go well this summer and the channel does okay and everything else does okay, and I actually managed to build up a few quid so that I could swap maybe 1 or 2 of the cars with an additional few quid for something that's worth a bit more. I do daydream about that and wonder what I would like. And I wondered whether I'd like a 260. And in some ways, I would. But then in other ways, I'd love an SD1. I'd love an SD1. I really would love an SD1, I think. I'd love a P5B, but they're, you know, they're probably going to be a bit beyond for the foreseeable future. I'll probably die before I can afford one of those. A pre-facelift 800 Vitesse. I'll tell you what I'd really love. This might surprise you. an R3 216 Vitesse or Vanden Plas. I'd love that. Shorts, they are already produced. I just need to upload. I'm not making new ones. Well, don't take any business of what I think. What do I know? It's a granddad's hat. No, it isn't. Regardless if you like it or not, it's the truth. Well, no, it isn't. It's a cultured hat. It's a hat worn by people of culture, irrespective of age. Show the curry, show the curry, show the curry. I'll show the curry. Well, I'm going to have to show you the constituent parts. Okay, this is what we at the restaurant call the soup. It's the Nepali curry sauce. Oh, can't see if you can see. And what you've got there what you've got there is literally just the soup. Because when we make staff curry at the restaurant, we make it with well, I've shown you the chicken being prepared. We make it with a whole chicken that we skin and butcher. And these guys, the restaurant guys, being Nepalis, they eat that chicken. Now, you need to understand that they don't use cutlery, okay? They eat with their hand, not their hands. They're only allowed to eat with one hand. The other hand is for wiping their bottom. So they will eat whatever they eat, no matter how wet it is, curry, rice, whatever. Just the soup. They eat it with their hands. So the fact that all of the chicken is boned isn't a problem for them, because they kind of scoop it up, shovel it in, and sort of keep the hand there and kind of bite or suck the chicken off the bone and just spit the bone out, right? And I try to be authentic to the culture, but I can't eat with my hands. I mean, you know, I can eat a McDonald's burger with my hands, like we all can. But I can't eat everything with my hands like that. I just can't do it. So I find I haven't got a problem with chicken on the bone, you know, chicken drumstick, anything like that. But when you've got these, you know, little small pieces of chicken and they're all intricately boned, I can't be doing with that. So I take the soup, and then you all know that I keep stocks of the 24-hour marinated chicken, various types, and you know that I keep stocks of those in the freezer. So as soon as I got home tonight, I took out this piece of marinated chicken from the curry freezer, and that has been slowly defrosting on top of the fish tank, which has got a little bit of warmth to it. And that will be chopped up, and this of course is boneless, and that will be going into the soup, as well as and tomato. And there you go, that's what's going to be going in there. And I'll be having that with steamed white rice and roti. So there you go, I've shown you the curry. I think it's great that the community are literally scheduling to be the pre-scream to each other. Yeah, that's another way of looking at it. And I feel bad for what I said earlier now, because you're absolutely right. That's a brilliant community thing, that we do it like a relay. And I shouldn't have been in any way down about it, because it's a fantastic thing. And you have shown me the error of my ways. Yeah, I'm going to be fully supportive. We should all do live streams, and we should work it together so that there's, well, take it to its logical conclusion, there'll be one member of the community doing a live stream at any given time. Mine are just going to get later and later and later because I'm always going to be the last man standing. But you're right, Trace. It is a great thing. Liz says, get a top-notch 190. Better value for money and fun over a standard 260. Well, Liz, I've already got a top-notch 190. Stigbutt is a really, really, really good example. He's stock, he's standard, but he's sorted, no issues. The engine is amazing. The belts were done just before I bought him. I struggled to get much better than Stigbutt, to be honest. Already ticked that box. Cooking question. What do you cook momos in? One of those bamboo steamer things? No, Liz. I've got some momo news for you because I've done a deal. Okay, this is what I use. That is just a standard 3-tier stainless steel steamer. I've got 3. I've got a larger one and I've got a smaller one. This is one that actually lives outside of the cupboards. This lives on top of the stove. And I literally just use these. Just brush the base using a pastry brush or whatever you use. To be honest, we use paintbrushes. Not that have been used for paint, obviously, but no posh pastry brushes. We use paintbrushes. You don't need anything else. Just brush the base with a little bit of oil or butter. Oil, really. Just to stop the momo from sticking. Space the momos out so that they're not touching each other because they'll pull each other's skin off. And don't have them touching the side. Just dot them individually and just steam them. They're dead easy. Steam from frozen, 20 minutes. Now, I'm going to talk about momos and I'm going to give Liz some frank disclosure. I've told you before that most of us in the Nepali community, we don't all make our own momos. One person in the local community will make them and we will then just buy them from that person. They're very fiddly to make, but there will be one person, probably a lady, who's got time on her hands and, it's a bit of pin money. Now, the momo that you've got, Liz, are from Didi. She is the momo lady in our community. And they are very, very, I didn't make them. That's, hands up. So they are very rustic, very authentic, very homemade, also quite small. Now, we don't use those in the restaurant. In the restaurant, we make our own momo, and they are more intricately spiced, a little bit higher spiced, but they're larger, 2 or 3 times the size. And I've done a deal tonight. I've done a deal with the restaurant, so that I'm going to have an ongoing supply of restaurant momos. Not for me, I can have restaurant momos whenever I want them. I try not to take the piss. I buy Didi's momos because, it takes a long time to make the restaurant momos. It's really time intensive. They are fabulous though. The restaurant momos are the best momos that you can buy anywhere in the UK. And I would stake a month's wages on that. So I've done a deal basically that the restaurant is going to supply me and therefore you guys. So if anybody wants premium momos, then I am your man. But the restaurant is also going to supply the authentic momo chutney that some of you have tried. Well, a few people have tried it. You might not be watching this one, but speak to them. Mustard loves it. Senior Mustard loves it. The chap who, oh, no, I probably can't talk about that, can I? Shame, really. Well, no, it's not a shame that I can't talk about it. It's a shame that there's something has happened that I can't talk about. But there we are. Anyway, he's tried them, but he won't tell you because he won't be on any of my videos again anytime soon. That's for sure. So yeah, so I've got this ongoing supply. So what that means is that if you want to buy some restaurant quality momos with the momo chutney, then I'm going to be able to supply you. The only problem is they come frozen. So obviously you would need to meet me in person. So you need to come here or come to the yard or meet at any of the shows. But the other thing is that all of the socials this year, whether it's here or in the caravan at a show, I'm going to be serving these premium momo with the proper momo chutney. And I'm going to be doing it on an industrial basis. I'm going to have to charge for them because I'm having to pay for them. But that is going to be, that's just going to be a thing throughout the year. So whether it's here or at a show or wherever I am, I'm going to be fully equipped momo-wise, but with the best momos made by the best people with the best chutney. So completely Nepali authentic, but they're like the best that you can possibly get. And that's what's, and they're going to be there. They're going to be there at every social. Ideally, I'll be needing you to like order them in advance. So when you come to a social, that's going to be the option. You can come to the social, have breakfast before, or go and have lunch afterwards, or bring sandwiches, or if you wish, you can have momo. And that is just going to be the offering at everyone. That's all I'm going to do, because the chance to share these amazing moments that you can't buy anywhere other than our restaurant was just too good to pass up. Yeah, they're fully on board with it, so I'm quite excited about that. Oh, couple health review. Oh God, Matt is really on one tonight. Oh dear me. Skik says, did you put an insurance claim in for the truck that hit you? No, Skik, I didn't. I covered that. We decided not to. It was dealt with like gentlemen and ended with a handshake. Relay, that's the word, absolutely. Hit like if you're still watching. Another hidden one from Matt. Oh dear. Oh, you're very welcome, Liz. Oh God above. Fucking hell, Matt. You're like a machine gun, mate. Every single, and they're all good. Don't get me wrong, they're all good. Most of them are unmentionable. Total filth. I tell you what, when we have an evening social or an overnight social, right? When we do this dream of mine and we all go somewhere like, I don't know, somewhere in North Wales, we all go to Llandudno. Or we all go to, what's the other place that I desperately want to go to on the East Coast? I keep going on about it. I've never been there, but I'm obsessed by the place. I really want to go there, and I've got a mental block on the name. Can't remember. But when we go there on an overnight stay, then Matt is going to be the one that's just going to be sitting there, wherever we are, in the bar of the hotel or in the living room of our Airbnb. And he's just going to be coming out like a machine gun, line after line after line. And we're all just going to be absolutely fucking rolling about, helpless with it. Restaurant Momo. Yeah, I'm I'm really excited about the Momo, and I'm going to make it a thing because they're just the best thing that you'll ever eat. And I'll be completely honest with you, Liz, the Momo that you've got, and they're what I've been eating too. They're, you know, they're from the ones that you had are from my own personal stock, but they are DD Momo. They're not restaurant Momo, and they're great. And I eat them with restaurant chutney, and it's the chutney that makes a Momo. But the combination of the restaurant Momo and the restaurant chutney is just, oh, it's just beyond words. So so that is going to be a constant thing. So anytime that you come here, or we go to a show, or we do anything, you know there's going to be the possibility of Momo involved. And there we are. And I think that is about it for tonight, isn't it, my loves? Yeah, must be. I mean, that's over an hour, actually, which I only planned to do half an hour. Haven't talked about half of the things that I planned to. I've got loads of stuff that I wanted to talk to you about. We'll do that tomorrow night. I hope you're all well. I hope you're all okay. You must be knackered after doing this will be your third live stream tonight, some of you. And yeah, there we are. That is about it. Let's say our good nights. If you would be so kind as to like this video, I'd be this live stream, I'd be most awfully grateful, of course. And oh, just again, a massive shout out to all of the channel members. That makes such a difference to the ongoing doings. It really helps with the pennies adding up. And thank you to everyone who sent a super chat or anything like that. I try not to bang on about it because I don't want to sound as if I'm begging for more, and I'm really not. How rude, you went just when I was going to show you that picture of Kate Bush. You would, wouldn't you? My phone photo album's gone weird and I can't find anything. I don't know how to get it back to the normal. All photo, right, that's where I need it to be. Now, where's the one I'm looking for? That's not it. Oh, that could be it. Right, let's hope this is it. And I will say good night. Thank you so much for tuning in. See you tomorrow night, 11 o'clock. You guys take care, look after yourselves. Here we go. Oh, no, we don't, because I forgot to... yeah, I should have done that. Oh, no, that's no good at all, is it? Where have you gone now? Oh, my God. There. Pause. Sound on. Go back to the start. Press play. It's not fucking difficult, you useless tosser. There you go. Yes, Matlock on Sunday. I'm up for that. Just seen that comment. Matlock on Sunday. That sounds like a great idea. Let's talk about that tomorrow. Matlock Bath, meet at the railway station, something. Fish and chips at by the river. Oh, fabulous. Has anybody got a child? We could go to Gulliver's Kingdom. I'm going, my loves. I need curry and wine. Stay safe. Stay